Good morning, everyone. And this morning we found ourselves on the website of Derry City and Strabane District Council. And as you know, we like to hop about across Northern Ireland, looking at how our hard-earned tax dollars are being spent, or wasted in many cases. And this could be a biggie, so to speak. This could be a whopper. And as we see from the snapline, it says City Deal Partners welcome financial deal milestone for Derry, Londonderry and Strabane City Regional. I think that's meant to be deal at the end of that. Somebody hasn't typed it in correctly in the council. But anyway, these things happen. And this story dates from September 2024. So I would imagine a lot of this money has been spent to date. But anyway, as we can see, I won't read it all out. The key partners responsible for the delivery of the Derry, Londonderry and Strabane City Regional City Deal. The single largest ever investment by the UK government and the Northern Ireland Executive in the region. Ooh. So we go down to the amounts of our cash. And here we see here, just off, as you can see, of the total funding, the UK government has provided £50 million city deal funding and £55 million via the Inclusive Future Fund, whatever that is. But that's £105 million, which has been matched by the Northern Ireland Executive. So the Northern Ireland Executive is matching £105 million with taxpayers' money. So that brings it to £210 million. And then it goes on to say, with contributions by Derry City and Strabane District Council and its project partners of £83 million. So basically, ratepayers' money is being used too. And I don't quite know who the project partners are. But if you add 83 million to 210 million, you get £293 million, a vast amount of money by anybody's standards. But the question needs to be asked, will anybody see a real difference in this? And of course, as always, the jury's out on that. We've seen all this money spent before in Northern Ireland with very little in return. And of course, the great and the good, will say such things as the mayor of Derry City and Strabane District Council has said this is a momentous day for the Derry and Strabane region. Well, I'm sure it is if you're spending somebody else's money, i.e. ours. I don't see the words taxpayer and ratepayer written anywhere in this. It's always very easy to spend somebody else's money without giving it much thought. If it's not yours, you don't really care. And you can read this paragraph here. Key regeneration projects included in the city deal include the provision of mixed use, health, leisure, and educational facilities. Health and leisure. I wonder, is that another new leisure centre being built? Like in the previous video I did at Causeway Coast and Glensborough Council, where a new leisure centre is being built at Coleraine to the tune of £47.1 million, when there didn't look to be very much wrong with the old one. Educational facilities. As part of a major regeneration of the canal basin in Derry Road area of Strabane. to include a new pedestrian bridge and associated public realm and environmental works. So basically they're just rejigging Strabane and Derry City. They're trying to spruce it up a wee bit with our money. That seems to be the long and the short of it. And he said the signing of the financial deal of £220 million investment allows partners to move forward with these exciting projects and achieve our goals in regenerating key areas and creating a city and town centre that is safe, accessible and vibrant. And of course, the chief executive goes on, it has the potential to bring an additional 6,300 jobs, as you can see there. I've never understood how to get those numbers. I think it's just speculation. Yeah, probably pull those numbers out of a hat. But the question is, does it ever achieve those amount of jobs quoted? I doubt it. But of course, the great and the good think this is all wonderful, don't they? You get the chief executive of the Western Health and Social Care Trust on. I'm delighted to see this momentous project moving forward. Yep. The existing trust facility at the hospital will be enhanced by a new £4.6 million purpose-built teaching space. And he goes on to sing its praises. But these are the same bodies and organisations that plead poverty. These organisations will tell you that they're broke, they're skint. That's what they say. That's the mantra. There's no money. So what you need to do is crack open your wallet and give us more of your hard-earned cash. If the taxpayer and the ratepayer is forking out £293 million in totality, that's not an organisation or a country that's broke. And that's just given to one council out of 11. And they're all at this nonsense. Give us more. No, you're not getting any more. A lot of this money will be going into the creation of non-jobs. That's where it will be going. It'll be going into salaries. It'll be going into whole new government departments and bureaucracy. It won't be going where these people like to claim. Nobody will notice a big difference in Strabane or Derry / Londonderry. I'll bet my house on it. But that's not the point. The point is that this will be spent on non-jobs, bureaucracy, new office space, new desks, new computers, new filing cabinets, the whole shebang. Whilst at the same time, the myth is perpetrated that they're skint, they're broke, they're bust. They're on their uppers. Complete nonsense on stilts. Nothing other than balls on a stick. It's about time it was exposed for the myth that it is. But as always, leave your comments and tell me what you think. Do you think you will notice any difference as a ratepayer of Derry City and Strabane District Council after £293 million of taxpayer and ratepayers' monies are lavished on it? I very much doubt it. Tell me what you think, leave your comments, and I'll see you all in the next video.